Hello. Happy Monday. Hi, this is Elisa. This is Elisa's Adventures in Cruising. And today is Monday, so that means it's time for the Monday mood check. Sorry, I'm still like fiddling with stuff, but it's time for the Monday mood check. So it's time to come and say hello and see how all my well, my friends in general, but how my friends are, how cruising world is, and how we do. We normally have a couple of laughs together, so let's see if we can do that tonight. I will stop fussing with the camera here and just try and go to the chat and see who is here. See who was first in today. Yeah, I know it wasn't. Well, I'm assuming it's not Chet because Chet Sea Lake Journeys is on a cruise, so hopefully they're off doing something fun and cruise like, and it'd be great if they popped in, but it's understandable. So I'm expecting it to be Scott from Controversial Cruising, or or my friend Danny D, because Danny D, she messes with their plan every week to be number one in the chat. So let me look who was here first. And it looks like it was Danny D. Hey, Danny, how are you? Hey, first in the chat. Danny D beat us all. I beat Chet. You beat Chet. Scott, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you guys. As always, you keep them on their toes there, Danny. Controversial cruising. Joe. Maggie, how are you? Thank you for coming in, Maggie. Hope you're doing good. David Smith, you are late. I am late. I am late. Oh, sorry. Well, I was fessing with the camera. But I am here. Carnival Cruise Addicts is here. Hey, Liz, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Hope your Monday was good. How was your Monday, guys? How was your Monday? I just saw a little bit of the news before I came on. So I know the nor'easter is still tearing things up along the East Coast. So hopefully that's not affecting you guys where you are. And the weather isn't too bad. It's been kind of like rainy off and on here today, mostly cloudy. But not bad. Elisa, Liz, Carnival Cruise Addict saying hi to everybody. My Monday was wet. Yeah, that's weird, right, Scott? How much rain do you get in Arizona usually? Not much, right? So, how you doing? You got the raincoat, the galoshes. You have a rain hat. You got a slicker. You put your hoodie up. um, Scott saying hi to Maggie. Emma Stewart is here. Hey, Marla, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Happy Monday to you. Hope your Monday was good. Uh, uh, who else is here? Oh, everybody's saying hi to Marla. So, how are you guys doing? How was your Monday? Very Danny. Very Danny. I don't know. Oh, how wet was it, Scott? I have to keep an eye on Scott. That's why I'm his manager. Somebody's got to watch him, Danny. If you might as well be you. Might as well be you. David said it's the last cruise of the season in Juneau. They have the end of season sale. Oh, t-shirts, $5. Wow. Wow, that's okay. So what? It's mid-October. I guess I thought the season ended at the end of September. So I guess there are a couple more cruises then, huh? Into October. And then what? How's the weather? Is it already cold? I think I saw parts of Alaska had already gotten snow. So how are things in, I don't even know where you live in Alaska. Are you in Juneau, David? I'm sorry. I'm sure you said before, but I don't remember. Oh, you just said Juneau. Yeah. Did you splash in the puddles, Scott? You think Scott's walking around town jumping in puddles? um, David, buy me a t-shirt and send it to me, Maggie says. Rainy. It's very rainy. Okay. I know there was a storm going down the west coast. I don't know if Alaska is far, so I don't know if that was if it started way up and came on down the west coast. If you're affected by the same system, not going to jinx us, but no hurricanes yet. Yeah, don't jinx us, Danny. And I'm with you. Like I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because the season is not over. Hurricane season doesn't end until November, end of November. So we got a ways, but hopefully things will start calming down. I don't know. You guys tell me. I really haven't watched the news or the weather in a couple of days, so I don't know if there are other storms that they're watching churning off the coast somewhere to come in. So hopefully that will quiet down. I did talk to somebody, or I'm sorry, somebody commented earlier when we did the Conscious Cruiser podcast. Somebody was telling us that they were in New York to waiting for their cruise to take off. They're on the ship. They were able to board. I believe it was a Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas, supposed to go down to the Bahamas, but this would have been day two of them not sailing out. So hopefully they actually were able to get out. I don't know. Does anybody? I hope not. Has anybody been on boarded a cruise ship that never actually pulled out of port? I don't know what day that ship was due to come back, but it's definitely going to have to adjust the itinerary. Um, Going to Orlando next Tuesday to Friday. Can't wait. Oh, look at you go, Danny. You're just getting to be a regular down here. Yeah, hoping nothing next week and the week of Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is when my big bro and sister-in-law will be getting here the day before Thanksgiving. Little bro that Tuesday before. Well, yeah, hopefully that does not mess with your plans to have a Thanksgiving all together down here in Orlando. Yeah. Can you believe I can't believe it's mid-October and that we're talking about the holidays, but here we are. Is it me? Is it me or has 2025 gone fast? It's crazy, right? It is crazy. I cannot believe how fast the year has gone by. 2025 is going to be over pretty soon. Good evening, Elisa. Hi, the Cam fam. How are you? Thanks so much for coming in. Hope you're doing well. I think you guys were with keeping up with the Griffins last night for their 30K celebration. I don't know who ended up winning the big trivia contest. Who won? Fill me in. Fill me in. I have to go back and finish or watch the replay because there wasn't enough time to finish it all. Yeah, so who won the big? It looked like it was gonna be it looked like Leonica. It looks like Leonica was on a streak on a roll with her answers. Hello, Mitch from Carnival Cruise Addicts. Did not stay for a whole thing as was tired after getting back from cruise. What cruise are you just back from? Where'd you go? Did you have a good time? Hopefully you did. Hopefully you did. Nobody answered about the being on a cruise that didn't actually pull out of the dock, which is good. I don't wish that on anybody. I'm sorry to hear that about Symphony of the Seas. I want to say there's a Norwegian ship too that was having the same issue. Um, Basically, they're supposed to come down the East Coast and it down into the Caribbean, but because of the storm, the nor'easter that's churning, they can't go or haven't been able to go yet. We just got back from Carnival Liberty, went to Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Cozumel. It was a blast. I know. How's Grand Cayman? I love Grand Cayman. I think it's so pretty there. Or I did before. I can't remember what the last storm was that really chopped things up there. And they were kind of rebuilding. Hopefully, things are good and the turtle farm is good and you know all that kind of stuff. So I hope you had a great time. Minus struggles in the casino. Do tell about your struggles in the casino. We were talking about that today about whether or not, we gamble on cruises and if you think the casino deals are good and, how your efforts to get them, are they get the casino deals and the free offers and, are they paying off? For me, it doesn't pay off because I don't gamble enough to trigger that. I might go through and, you know, play a couple dollars, or I'll sit and watch my friends, especially if they're playing table games. But I really rather come home with something like, I bought something, a souvenir that I'm gonna take home. Um, Not just the memory of the rolling of the dice, but that's just me. I know people love the casino, and some of you guys do really well. So I want to hear. Hey, Marjorie, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing okay for a Monday. Who else is here? Oop, did I just see who else did I just see? Sorry, this chats were going fast. Kimberly Lavelle is here. Hello. No, I have never been on a ship that wasn't able to cruise away. I know that would be sad. It really be sad. I mean, I'm sure the staff is doing their thing, I'm sure the crew is trying to make it fun and keep the food flowing, keep the drinks flowing, keep the games and trivia and all of that going. But that's not really what you got on board for. You want to go cruise it. So in that case, I wonder what will happen because they didn't cancel, but it's definitely not going to be the cruise vacation that people are expecting. So I don't know what they will do as far as refunds or compensation or another cruise or what, because how the cruises go. They're on a schedule, so they're gonna have to wrap that one up and hopefully be in good shape to take the next crew out. Hey, Team Reese, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in. I hope you're doing good. I have a friend on Marivilia, stuck in New York. She is making her rounds at all the bars. I bet she is. I bet she is. And we're not judging or blaming her. Wow, Kiki. Yeah, yeah, what else can you do? What else can you do? But if the water is that rough, the winds are that high, I wouldn't want to be out in the water. I don't want that captain who's like, I can outrun this. No, leave me at the dock. Well, let me get off now, please. I would be so sick. Me too. Not much of a gambler. I will play maybe $20. Yeah, you know, I may pay my 20, and then hopefully it doesn't instantly disappear. Hopefully I can make it last for a little while. Not bet all the lines so it's on in one spin. Hopefully you can let it play for a little bit, but it doesn't last for very long. Excuse me. Hey, TRT, Cam, Marjorie, from Controversial Cruising. Excuse me. Mm, T. Reese says she mentioned that since they are in port, the casino is closed. I can see a lot of people not being happy with that. That makes sense. Yes, they can't open the casino when they're in port. Hey, Scott from Team Reese. They can't open the casinos and they don't open the shops either, right? So you can't shop. I guess you can play trivia and you can go to the bar and you can eat. So yeah, that's rough. That really is rough. I imagine that people would not be happy. Um, and you're paying taxes on drinks. Yeah, that's a double-edged sword too, right? Like they can't just I mean they ought to keep the drinks flowing, but if you've had enough and they have to cut you off or you've used up your however many drinks it is, um, yeah, you just go back to the cabin and sleep. I don't know. I don't know what you do in that situation. Camp fam. Yep, that too. And you're paying taxes on the drinks. Lisa mentioned cruising. I would try to find me some new boyfriends and new husbands if my cruise gets stuck within the port. Marjorie. Well, I mean, you're trying to pass the time. I get that. I get that. But how many of you guys would say you have met and made like lasting friendships from or relationships that you made because you met somebody on a cruise ship? It could be on a highly unusual circumstance like a storm, or it could be like at trivia. You just met somebody. You clicked. You guys were kindred spirits, and you've been friends ever since. Or I've seen several times where people have run into each other on cruise ships, like they met on another sailing. Um, they just happened to be on, didn't know each other was going to be on again, and they just kind of catch up for when they last remember seeing each other. So I've seen that too. Um, Lisa's Adventures in Cruising. Hey, DeFam, how are you? Thanks for coming in. What's up, Ron? Friendship, yes. Friendship, yes, Maggie says. Yes, that's right. Because that's what I know you met Scott, controversial cruising, on a cruise, on an Alaska cruise, right? And that's how you met Edna too, right, Maggie? I don't know if it was just Edna, JT, Veronica. Um, I know you met on a cruise. I want to say it was a bar crawl, but I don't know that for sure. Mitch, welcome back. Yeah, he was just telling us about the cruise to Jamaica, Cozumel, and the Grand Cayman. Maggie said, "Oh, she met Edna, JT, and Kisha. Oh, you met them all at the same time. Well, that explains a lot, Maggie. No, they're a riot. They're a riot. And I know you guys became fast friends, and we know that you definitely kept in touch. Um, that's awesome. Maggie always says that's my fam. Or what's this T-shirt you always say you're gonna make? I'm with them. Was my first solo cruise. That was March 2020. Wow. Wow. So that was like just before the shutdown, Maggie? Was yeah. uh, I'm like speechless. Is that right before the world kind of closed down? Wow, wow, wow. Um Marjorie saying hi to the fam. Hi and good evening. Kimberly, yes, for sure. Met some really great people on a cruise and still friends. Keep it in touch. That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, Marla says, I have met a few friends from group cruises and still keep in touch. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Good evening, Kimberly and M. Stewart from DeFam Adventures. We were about the last cruise. We got back March 8th, world shutdown March 17th. Wow, Maggie. Wow. Yeah. I mean, a week difference on a cruise ship would have made a huge difference. And one, you guys not even having a chance to meet, or I don't know when they stopped the cruises from coming back into port. Remember that? Remember when the ships were not allowed to come in? They shut everything down. But the ports were not letting the cruises come back in. I'm sure I've told this story before, but at the time I was living in Tampa, Florida, and you guys know how the cruise terminal is set up over in Tampa. It's very accessible, and I would actually have to drive right past the cruise ships to get to my work downtown. And it was a weird sight for sure, seeing ships just off the coast because they were not being allowed to come back in. And I wasn't sure, as much as I love cruising I just wasn't sure that I was gonna be that person who was gonna be a part of the restart. We didn't know there was going to be a restart, but I did not think that I was ever going to be able to get on a cruise ship again, because the idea of being, trapped out at sea like that and nobody wanting to let you come back to your home port or any other nearby port was just wild to me, and I just thought, how awful was that? So um, but I know we all went through stuff and we made it through. But yeah, I wasn't so sure that I was going to resume my cruising adventures. So that after I did go back on a cruise after the restart, um, that was when I decided to start the channel. Not really because I thought I didn't think about it at the time where I was on the ship. I mean, I took pictures, I made a couple little videos, but I didn't know enough about YouTube to be thinking about making videos. I just thought I was gonna be kind of using it to share the videos or pictures with my family and friends. But once I got back home, I was like, okay, I'll do that again. I'll keep going. I can cruise again. It's all right. It's all right. Mask and all, COVID test and all. I did it. We had a good time. Um, and but anyway, I decided to start the channel, and I guess it's like riding a bike. Once you got the cruising in you, you pick right back up where you left off. Um, oops, hold on. I missed. Sorry, I'm trying to catch back up on the comments there. Got some weird blocking. Not blocking you guys. Something is blocking the video, the chat. The cam fam, PTRT. That went far back up about the casino. Sorry, guys. Met some friends, sure. All right. Well, I'm sorry if I missed the chat, guys. Cannot get back to it. Mm. We were about the last cruise. Okay. Hey, Legacia, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Then my first cruise back was with them out of Galveston in August 2021. We had to have a COVID test before we got on board. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey Maggie, that is crazy. The only test I was glad I failed, right? Right? And I know the rules kept changing, and I don't really remember what I had to do, how many days before we boarded. You had to have the, excuse me, had to have a a negative test. But it was like at that point you've done so many things to get ready for the cruise more than you do now, or it did before. And I was like, what am I gonna do if this thing comes back? I knew it shouldn't come back, but it was crazy times, crazy times. We all, people had to get on planes. Anyway, it was a whole lot. It was a whole lot. Um, did definitely a test you you want to fail. Yep, exactly. Lisa mentioned cruise, and I would love to be stuck at a port with you on a cruise. Oh, thanks, Marjorie. I mean, I'm a pretty positive person, and I probably would have tried to make the best of it, but yeah, that would have been rough. Thanks, Marjorie. Edna's here. Your ears must have been burning. Edna, we were just talking about you. Well, we were talking, Maggie was sharing the story of how you met because I was asking if anybody had met and made like some real lasting friendships through one of their cruises, or people they keep in touch with, or whatever. And of course, I knew she had met you on a cruise. I just wasn't sure if it was the whole gang, but I understand now that it was you and JT and Kisha all together on that cruise. And I was just talking about how crazy it was that had you guys booked it for like a week later, or about, you might not have met because of the shutdown, and or even been able to go. That's wild. So everybody saying hi to Edna. Sherry is here. Hey Sherry, how are you? How are your feet, girl? How are your feet? I was chatting with Sherry because I saw she was having such a good time at the Allen family's Adventure Vow renewal, their 10-year anniversary, and she was tearing up the dance floor. So hopefully your feet have recovered, Sherry. Marjorie saying hi to Edna. Edna's World. Hey, we're just talking. Yep, we were just talking about you. Hi, Edna. Uh-oh. No, all good, Edna. All good. Edna saying hi to everybody. Thank you for that. Thank you for coming in. How's the weather for you, Edna? I know it's pretty rainy and windy all up and down the East Coast. So I I think I saw like Ocean City, probably was Ocean City, Maryland. I know you're not in a beach town, but how are things in Delaware? Edna's World. I would love to be stuck at a port with you on a cruise. And the Team Reese was here, and they were sharing that Kiki was sharing that she has a friend on a MSC ship. I want to say Marivilia that um, they're stuck in port too. They can't leave because of this nor'easter. I know there are people on the Royal Symphony of the Seas. I think there's a Norwegian ship out of New York too that's just sitting because they can't go anywhere. And of course, people are upset. Maybe upset is not the right word. I don't know. Disappointed for sure that they can't leave. But Kiki's friend is just making the rounds at the bars because what else can you do? You can't go to the casino; it's not open yet. You can do the trivia. You can do whatever shows. I would imagine. I would imagine they're trying to keep everybody pretty entertained. But yeah, sounds like a not the most fun cruise ever. Oh, it's cold. It's cold, Edna. Um, oh, she's sending you a hug, Marjorie. He's sending you a hug. Oh, I'm sorry, it's cold. How cold is it? So time to bring out the winter coats. Are we still in light jackets? How cold? I mean, I imagine I'd be freezing. I lost my cold weather chops. I lost my cold weather skills, that's for sure. Ooh. Well, I am, last week we cooked. What do we make? Oh, we made the little donutty things, the lucamades. Um, so I was like, what are we gonna do today on the mood check? I'm like, I'm just gonna come and talk to everybody. And Erica's like, I think I'm gonna make a Greek salad. So I'm counting on that being my dinner because now she's got me wanting a Greek salad. 50, very windy and rainy, had to wear a coat. I mean, probably like 15, you don't want it to get any colder, right? I do miss seeing the seasons change. It's not hot right now, but I usually say, Florida only has two seasons, hot and hotter. It's proven me wrong so far this year because it's been more rainy, and I don't know what the temperature is. Maybe it was maybe 80 today. I'm not sure, but would rather not have the rain and just have some sun. But that's fine. We could deal with that. Cold, not so much. We were so excited. It dropped down to 68 last night. Hey, Lita Shay, how are you? Thanks so much for coming in. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. Okay, so we know who just got off of a cruise. We know we got people kind of stuck on a ship on ships that are not moving anywhere. Who has the next cruise coming up and where are you going? Hey, Will G, how are you? Thank you for coming. I hope your Monday was good. Hope your Monday was good. Who is getting ready? Well, you might not want to share what you're making if you're participating in the original JT's fall cooking challenges. I don't know. I don't know what to make. Maggie, are you participating? What will you be making, or is it a mystery? 8 days till Carnival Legend. I like the Legend. I like that. I like that ship. It was good size. Where is it out of right now? Will? Woo! Will G from Liz. I'm thinking I'm making butternut squash soup. I see that a lot. It looks like, yeah, I'm definitely in the mood for soup. Um, it's good fall food. I've never had butternut squash. I don't even know if I've had butternut squash, let alone a soup. So, okay, Maggie, show us show us your skills there. 40 days till Carnival Breeze. Ooh, where's Carnival Breeze out of? Um, Hi, Lita Shay from Edna's World. It's on it's on the way to Galveston. Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, because I sailed her out of Baltimore. Yeah, out of Baltimore, and I liked it. Being on a cruise ship would be better than a port closed sign up when you pull up to embark. My worst fear. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wonder, and I'm sure we'll hear about it, and maybe people are already posting. I'll have to like start looking on TikTok and all of that, Instagram, to see if people are posting about, kind of being stuck on the ship and not going anywhere. I'm sure there must be somebody who's posted something and what that experience is like. Would they rather have just canceled? Um, or what? What would you guys rather? Would you rather just just have them cancel and reschedule you? I mean, I know you've already taken your time off for work. You've traveled to wherever to board the ship, but you can't go out because of weather. So what would you rather do, or rather have the cruise line do? I love all types of squash: butternut, acorn, spaghetti. And thank you. Okay. Elisa, Denise, how are you, Denise? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. We checked in last night for our 1027 cruise. Yeah. Do you mark your calendar, or you just follow the countdown for when it's time to check in? Or are you platinum or something? Can you just do it anytime? You're not worrying about that. Denise, hello. Liz. Ap Apicil squash? Is that this? I definitely have not heard of that before, Maggie. Oh, Apicil means all types. Thank you, ma'am. Um, Denise, oh, just hold. No, fast. Oh, no faster to the fun this time. Um, well, that's okay. That's okay. It should be easier, right? It should be easier, or is the ship probably not at capacity in the fall? That's what I'm thinking. That's the way it used to be anyway. The summer cruises, you needed the faster to the fun because the crowds are bigger. But in October, end of October, do you need it? Then again, that would be a how long is your cruise? Is that going to be a Halloween cruise? Maybe it will be uh full. When we got stuck, they warned us beforehand that we might get stuck. We went anyway. Right. And it's like, it's fine, everything is fine. But that was before you got on the ship, right? You guys were stuck in, where were you? Somewhere down here, Florida, Fort Lauderdale. I don't know where you were. But so you had extra days in the hotel, right? But what about just being stuck on the ship? And I don't know, maybe it's the same thing as what Edna is saying. They warned you, you took your chances, you wanted to do it. So it'd be interesting. Kiki, if Kiki is still here, I'm just calling on my travel agent friends. What happens if they give you the option, or they give you the warning? Can you just at that point say, no, we'll go and come another time? Or do you have to go and hope that they cancel so that you get your free refund? Do you know what I mean? Your full refund, rather. Oops, just gold. Okay. Got it, Denise. We have cabins left. Halloween is when we cruise. Got it. 5 days. Got it. No, we were stuck on the ship for 4 extra days. Oh, I didn't know that, Edna. Wow, you're just the yeah, she's seen it all, you guys. Seen it all. Together We Travel is here. Hello, everyone. Hello to you. Well, thanks for coming in. Edna, but did you really feel stuck or lucky? Yes. Because you know how we say, like, disembarkation day is like the saddest day. We're all excited to board the ship. Boarding day is the best day. And disembarkation day is usually the worst day because you're not ready to go. But in this case, did you feel stuck or did you feel lucky? And it says both. During Hurricane Dorian. Yeah. Lakeisha remembers those vlogs, and she remembers those vlogs. And then when you guys left for 4 days on the ship, how expensive was the flight home? Oh, great question. Great question. Um, at least as much as cruising, I travel so much that I'm getting tired of my excursions to have more fun with my people's friends. Yeah, I understand. I understand that. Sometimes uh, uh, people like, especially if you go to the same ports over and over, you feel like you've been there, you've done that, you've seen all the things. That's part of the reason that the new or trying another ship becomes even more exciting, interesting because you're like, oh, I've already been there. It's all about the ship now for me. So I get that, Marjorie. And when you have your friends or if you're on a group cruise, that's a whole other level of fun. But I'm imagining these people were just doing their regular. It could be group cruises like Denise is talking about, but it's probably just a lot of ones and twos, a lot of people just doing their thing, trying to get a cruise, and now they're stuck. Um, Kimberly, we were able to reschedule because flights were canceled too. Yeah, everything was all messed up, tore up, flight schedules. Airports had shut down and had to catch up on the outgoing flights and moving the planes back into position where they're supposed to be. LF McKinley, my channel got a lot of attention during that time. Yeah, everybody was worried about you, right? Everybody was worried about you. Now this is bad. I'm just sharing all my old stories now, you guys. I'm dating myself. But for her during Hurricane Andrew, I was on a cruise ship. Didn't know. We left. I was still living up north in Philadelphia. We came down to Miami, boarded our ship. It was like a crazy, we were running late the day we had to fly down to Miami, and we were doing it all in one day. We don't do that anymore. We were doing the day of down to Miami to get the ship. So we were just like hustle, 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 go. We get on the ship and we're having great fun. And I don't remember what day it was. I want to say it was a week long cruise and maybe around day four, night four. This it was just getting rough. The water was getting really, really rough. And I already have a problem with seasickness. So I definitely felt it first. Was just like miserable in the cabin. I couldn't go to dinner. Um, didn't really know what was going on. Thought it was just me. And then as we're in the cabin watching the closed caption TV, not closed caption, what's that TV called? Not closed caption. What's that? Anyway, we're watching TV in the ship on the ship, and they did the weather, and then we realized that there is a storm. So when we got back to Miami, um, when we saw all the mess, the devastation that Hurricane Andrew had left behind, it was like, OMG. Had no idea. Had no idea. So when we made it back home and started checking the messages on the answering machine, yes, that's how long ago it was. On the answering machine, it was all these, hey, I hope you guys aren't going down to Miami. Hey, hope you guys are okay on your cruise. Hey, all these kind of warnings, but we had no idea. We had no idea before then that there was a storm coming, let alone a major hurricane and all of that. Hi, Kim. Remember that? Remember the Hurricane Andrew story? I'm sure you do. Thank you for coming. Hope you're doing well. Hope it's not too rainy and windy for you at home right now. Um, so anyway, that was my Hurricane Andrew story. Anybody else want to relive their hurricane memories with me? When I first moved to Florida, hurricane parties were the big thing. It wasn't like Kim said, sure do. We remember that very well. So yeah, again, it's amazing that I still love cruising, seasick and all. I want to go again. It's crazy. But yeah, that was pretty memorable. So I'm on the side of I would rather them tell me now and possibly reschedule than to just either risk being close to the storm or um not going out, because you can't because of the weather. So anyhow, I appreciate you guys sharing your countdowns, and hopefully everybody that is trying to go out on their cruises will be able to make the most of it or get the kind of refund compensation, so that they can go and have the full time and the full itinerary like they were expecting. Kimberly says, risk it for sure. You're ready to risk it? Kimberly, where do you live? Are you along the East Coast too? Like, is it, I understand, especially when people are coming from far, if they have to travel, catch a flight and get down to Florida, get down to Texas, to get their cruise ship. But or New York in this case, we're talking about all the ones stuck in New York. Um, but being here in Florida, yeah, I'm more like, I'll wait. I'll wait. And honestly, if the cruises stop, and you're in Florida, um, you're usually pretty concerned about what it's going to be like your day to day here. Did the power hold? Do you have enough water? Do you have your meds? Do you have all the things that we have to get prepared for a storm? So I don't know how, depending on the track, and the track of the storms always change, and the hurricane path can change at the last minute. So I don't know how relaxed of a time I could have, um, thinking about what possibly is going to be left when you get back, what you're going to face when you get back home, because the storms are getting more and more intense and causing more and more damage. So, just saying, that's real. It's good that you live. It's good that I live close, in Florida, but it's also like, uh, you know too much. You know what I mean? You know all the things that could go wrong because we are used to the storms coming through. I live 10 minutes to Detroit, Michigan. I usually don't get insurance, so if anything happens, the trip was already paid for or probably lose. Yeah, I mean that's probably in hurricane season. I mean, I always you should get the travel insurance. Just so you can recoup if you can. I know everybody's on a anyway, if you can. If you book and they cancel during a hurricane or force, a storm or something like that, then the cruise line will reimburse you. But if you cancel, um because you couldn't make it or your flight got canceled or something like that, then yeah, you're out the money. um I lived in Plant City, Florida, been through a hurricane or two. I remember you saying that, Maggie. You've been, yeah, you know what that's like. But Plant City is not, it's like Orlando. It's not like right on the water or anything. Don't I'm not discounting that. I'm just saying, the coastal towns are beautiful, and you want to be close to the cruise ports. Like if you wanted to live close to Port Canaveral, one of the beach towns, you gotta worry about it every time a storm is coming through. So I do like being more in the central of the state, more interior, away from the coast. And but that has its downsides too, because then it's really an effort to get over to the beach. People think, oh, you live in Florida, you must go to the beach all the time. No. We were with power for 8 days during one. It happens. It happens. Yeah, it does. That's no fun. And the dealing with the no lights is hard enough, but it's when you don't have the AC and people go a little cuckoo. That's when you see people losing it at the gas station, and yeah, it becomes a scene. It really does. It really does. Anyway, I did not mean for that to be all the downsides of hurricane season. Sorry about that. I will come visit you from West Palm Beach, Florida, to Plant City. No, oh well, I was gonna say Maggie's she's in Ohio now. We took off and drove down to Miami for 3 days. They were fine down there. It's all about the path of the storm, right, Maggie? You never know. You never know. So if it's gonna hit Miami, normally a lot of people from Miami will come up into Orlando and stay here. If it's or some people keep going, try to go further north. It just depends on the path of the storm at the time when they have to make that call on whether or not to evacuate. Marjorie, I live in Ohio now. She left her hurricane memories behind. She's like, mm-mm, see ya. I'm going to Ohio. I don't blame you, Maggie. Yeah, those few storms were enough for you. I don't blame you at all. Okay, what everybody else had for dinner? Maggie's gonna make squash, butternut squash soup, I think, for the soon. What everybody have for dinner? I came back to tornadoes. You know about tornadoes, right? Oh, and hurricanes are crazy. Hurricanes can spawn tornadoes. So it's like everything is happening all at once. But you guys have basements, right? In Ohio, so you could go down to the storm cellar. Oh no, Maggie, right? Go down into your basement. I'm making hello, 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 hello. That was weird. I have no idea why I had the blue screen. Weird, 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 weird. Okay. Yep, I'm back. Sorry about that. I don't know why that happened. Maybe I am using the phone. I don't know if a call came through. I have it on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, sorry about that. I am back. Um, no, yeah. Oh, I couldn't even type. I'm like, no idea. I have no idea why that just went to the blue screen. But anyway, I was gonna say, is anybody else like Scott's trying to impress us with all of his cooking? He doesn't like me apparently talking about the bachelor fridge with just a couple of beers and some ketchup in the way back. He's showing off that he has skills, people, ladies, ladies. He's making, I forgot what the name of it is. Marry Me Chicken Parmesan something. I don't know. What's the name of it again, Scott? He's got skills, people. He's got skills. He's making all kinds of things. I think I'm back. Meatballs. Where did you get Marry Me Chicken? Did you not say Marry Me Chicken? Marry Me Chicken Meatballs. Okay. I'm like, hold on a second. I know the screen went blank, but I saw that. I knew I saw that. With the Parmesan sun-dried tomato sauce. He's getting very fancy, you guys. Very fancy. Okay, Scott. You let us know how it turns out. Sounds so good, Scott, right? Like I said, I haven't eaten and I don't really I mean, not that you have to cook a Greek salad, but I don't hear any preparations of a Greek salad going on in my kitchen. I would like to eat some dinner before midnight. Scott found this recipe online. Seems easy. Okay. We have faith in you, Scott. You can do it. Let us know how it turns out. Do you have your pumpkin in the car for V's challenge, Scott? Maggie wants to know. She wants to know if you're all ready for the challenges, for the challenges that lie ahead. Well, you guys, I started off by saying I got two. You got two challenges, or you got two pumpkins. Kind of the same thing. Kind of the same thing. Um, I was starting to say how I can't believe it is Erica making a real Greek salad? She's that's what she told me. That's what she told me, but I don't hear her in there doing anything. Lakeisha. She went and got some tomatoes and peppers and onions and I got some capers and we have olives. So and of course the cheese, the feta cheese. So it should be authentic, you know. I know you can't. The problem is we don't have that variety of tomato, right? So even if everything is super fresh, we're not sure we can recreate that exact, but she's gonna try. She's gonna try. So I will let you know how it comes out if she actually makes it. Are you carving a pumpkin? I believe. I think V mentioned you also. V did mention me also, as well as JD, as well as JT. And I don't know, Maggie. Luckily, I still have a little bit of time to figure out if I'm gonna pull it together. Because I don't have good ideas at the moment for something to make or how to carve my pumpkin. So I'm not saying no, but I got nothing at the moment. I got nothing. So, anyway, you guys, as always, thanks for coming in and hanging out on a Monday night, even with the technical difficulties. I still don't know what that was about, but all good. If you guys are on countdowns to a cruise, Erica could make up a good something in a pot. I'll tell her that, Maggie. I hope your cruise plans go according to schedule. If you know somebody who's stuck on one of these ships not getting out, just send positive waves and not positive vibes is what I was trying to say, and some sunny skies and calm seas their way so they can get out and have their cruise. Because you know how we are when we look forward to a cruise, we Yeah, they gotta be just busting to go. So anyway, thanks you guys. Have a great week. Still working on a vlog or two for Greece. So I will try to keep those coming out. Anyway, bye you guys. Thank you. Have a good week. Bye.